Tonight, the Premier's push to turn the big battery into a tourism and business drawcard for the Mid-North. And all aboard a direct link from Sydney for the Silver City's glitzy Broken Heel Festival.
This is Southern Cross News with Tim Hatfield.
Good evening. Premier Jay Weatherall has visited Jamestown to discuss with locals Tesla's plans to build the largest ion lithium battery in the world right in their backyard. And with the anticipated business and tourism boost, the Northern Areas Council is now pushing the state government to improve town facilities.
It's an electrifying development for the region, but the Northern Areas Mayor was unaware of the plan for the world's largest iron lithium battery was going ahead until he received a phone call on Friday afternoon.
No, very little. No, it's just Neoen and obviously Tesla have been working with this.
The Premier arrived yesterday to discuss the plans of the world's largest iron lithium battery, and with the anticipated tourism boost, locals are now calling for the state government to upgrade the local hospital and improve the roads leading in and out of the battery site.
We've had the Royal Adelaide Hospital. I'm not against progress as far as hospitals are concerned, but it has been noted that there's been a lack of maintenance on our rural and regional hospitals.
The Premier shut down any negativity about the battery, focusing on the business and tourism boost for the region.
Tourism, the idea of people coming here and looking at the world's greatest battery, but also the possibility of using it as a way of showcasing this region. So not just Jamestown and the surrounding areas, but the whole region. Great driving holiday possibilities up here. It just adds another dimension to the beautiful mid-north region of our state.
With that, a boost for local confidence.
Any investment and development in the region is a good thing.
It put Jamestown on the map and the mid-north, so yeah, I'm extremely happy.
And with tourism comes more business opportunities on the back of the turbines and the battery.
It'll be good, but we need to then get more tourist accommodation up here, which will be a blessing too. So.
And locals here are urging the state government to improve the local hospital and upgrade the roads leading to the biggest battery in the world. The clock is ticking, with Tesla promising to have the site up and working within 100 days, or the state won't have to pay. In Jamestown, Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
And the Premier's good news trip continued this morning with a visit to the newly sold Wyler Steelworks. He says the people of Wyler have made enormous sacrifices for the community and they deserve their moment in the sun.
After being held back for 4 days by the state opposition, Jay Weatherall finally got to Wyler to celebrate the sale of the steelworks. He's praised locals for their steely determination to survive in the face of adversity.
The quality of their work and also the resilience of this community and its willingness to support the steelworks was a critical asset that the new owners were purchasing.
He met relieved workers at the steelworks this morning and says GFG Alliance are committed to keeping the current employee numbers.
What he has said to the workforce is that he wants to maintain every single worker here. Now, that's a big commitment, but that's the way he does business.
Mr Weatherall also announced a new working group for Wyler, which will be chaired by State MP Eddie Hughes. Mr Hughes says the group is designed to help the local community grab its share of opportunities, like the opening of Wyler's port to third-party usage.
So if that was to happen, it would generate other opportunities for Wyler.
And he's also hopeful the announcement of a new owner could bring Oz Minerals' copper concentrate plant back to Wyler.
If the will exists, we could get a very positive, fair result when it comes to copper concentrate.
Federal MP Rowan Ramsey was also on hand this morning, with both he and the Premier complimenting the working relationship between the Commonwealth and the state government.
And on many things we disagree with Jay Weatherall's government, but on this particular thing I said we've been singing out of the same hymn book for a long time.
This is something that we can all share in. It is a great victory for the town.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
Staff at a Port Lincoln supermarket received the fright of their lives when a python was discovered in a consignment of pumpkins. The slithery customer was uncovered by Woolworths employees after hitchhiking the 2,000-kilometre journey across the border from Queensland. Unsure what to do with the animal, Woolworths made a contact with the National Park Service in Port Lincoln, a handler soon removing the python without harm. The animal is reported to be in good health despite the long journey. The National Parks Rangers now planning on re-releasing it back into the wild later this week. Woolworths was contacted by Southern Cross for a statement but made no comment. Staff were also informed not to post photos or video of the animal to social media. Excitement for the annual Broken Hill Festival is rising with a special train service announced for the glitzy and glamorous event. The Silver City Stiletto service will be able to take almost 150 festival goers from Sydney to Broken Hill for the three-day event that celebrates Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
The Broken Hill Festival is continuing to evolve into a major draw card for the far west of the state.
And I think this is going to really give another injection to the festival and making sure, we're bringing people sort of all through New South Wales.
The New South Wales Deputy Premier visited the city today and announced that a return train service from Sydney's Central Station to Broken Hill will coincide with the Glitterfield Festival.
This is the start of what I think is going to be a significant festival, a commitment by the New South Wales Government through Transport for New South Wales to have a direct run from Central to Broken Hill.
A ticket costs $500 and for that you'll get a return trip to Sydney, admission to all 3 days of the festival and some fun and excitement on the train to get you in the mood for the weekend. The train, now known as the Silver City Stiletto service, will depart from Sydney on Thursday, September 7th. Customers will also be able to board at Strathfield, Penrith and Orange.
It's a service that we think will be absolutely monumental. Everybody from Sydney will love it coming out here and they get some opportunity to actually come out and enjoy Broken Hill.
Tickets for the Stiletto service go on sale tomorrow. Even though the Broken Hill Festival is 2 months away, the Palace is already booked out. This year promises to be bigger, better and bedazzling, featuring drag queens and kings, cabaret, comedy, opera and all things Priscilla. Though maybe don't count on the Deputy Premier dragging himself back to town.
I'm going to have to now put it in my diary. We'll see how it looks. It's September. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see if I can get out here.
Patrick Reinke, Southern Cross News.
Police have stopped 2 people in our region over the weekend and charged them with drink driving. A 31-year-old man from Murray Bridge was arrested in Cowell on Friday night after being stopped on the Lincoln Highway. Police say he returned a blood alcohol reading of .228, over 4 times the legal limit. He was issued with an instant loss of licence for 12 months and will face court at a later date. Meantime, a Port Pirie woman will also face court after she was pulled over last night. Police stopped her on Mary Ellis Street just before midnight. They say she returned a reading of .152, 3 times the legal limit. Further checks revealed the 45-year-old had never held a licence. Well, stay with us. Still to come in tonight's local news. Locals left wondering, could this be a Tasmanian tiger in the mid-north? The details ahead. Welcome back. Well, once again, footage from our region is going viral online. A South Australian schoolteacher has filmed what he believes to be a Tasmanian tiger hopping through farmland near Moonta on the Yorke Peninsula. The footage was captured on June 30th when Paul Day was looking for locations to film the foggy sunrise. At first he thought it was a fox crossing the shot, and then on second look he thought it was a dog. It wasn't until he saw the footage of another alleged sighting of a Tasmanian tiger that he was convinced it was the mysterious and long extinct thylacine. The last known thylacine died in a Hobart zoo in 1936, but since then thousands have claimed to have spotted the marsupial carnivore. The footage from the video has since been uploaded to YouTube and has gained more than 12,000 views. Locals on our Facebook page have been recounting their own sightings of what they believe to be a Tasmanian tiger, while some suggest it is just a dog or a fox. Wyler Council is once again looking to recognise local youth who excel in sports, arts and community service. The Spirit of Wyler Award is back for 2017 and the call is now out for nominations.
For over 40 years, Wyler has recognised the work of youth in the community through the Graham Joe Spirit of Wyler Award. Nominations have opened for the 2017 edition, with the Youth Advisory Committee hopeful of record entrant numbers.
It's a really important award for the youth of Wyler. It's really the only established and recognised one for youth, and there's a lot of unrecognised youth.
The award is named after Wyler's first Olympian, Graham Jones, who represented Australia in cycling at the 1972 Olympics in Munich. He was tragically killed in an accident during training in Austria just a year after his selection. Mr. Klobkar says the award is important recognition of the work young people do to make the city a great place to live.
We should nominate youth of the community because they're the future. They work hard, and just to give them a little bit of recognition for what they're doing, it'll help them go a long way.
Entries can be found at council chambers or can be accessed online via the council website and Facebook, with nominations closing August 5.
And so for people to get out and nominate the youth of Wyler, who they think are deserving of the award, would be great.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
New disability workforce hubs will open up across the Yorke Peninsula and Mid-North region, and with new shopfronts created statewide, up to 6,000 more jobs will be created to support the National Disability Insurance Scheme rollout.
The state government's disability workforce hubs will connect those who wish to work in the disability sector with the appropriate training services.
We're opening up hubs in conjunction with the Department of State Development, which are specifically designed to work to get people into the disability workforce.
There will be 3 shop fronts opened across the Yorke and Mid-North area to ensure easy accessibility.
The major hub office will be in Port Pirie, but we'll also have somebody available out of our Kadina and Clare offices.
And with 5 new hubs opening up across South Australia, workers won't have to travel far to get the appropriate training services.
It's a good opportunity for us to make sure that there's information that's available as close as possible to where you are.
The region will see economic benefits as rural workplace participation will improve. And people needing access to the National Disability Scheme will gain help and support from workers across the new hubs, improving their quality of life. In Clare, Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
Adelaide artist Lisa King says she's very happy with how her artwork turned out during her visit to Broken Hill. Over the past 5 days, she's been working on a mural on the wall of the Outback Lodge Motel, paying tribute to local identity Dr. McGilvery, who built a home for his wife on the site. The mural showcases his love for birds and the face of his daughter.
It's been pretty successful, I think. It's the vision that I have. I mean, it grew a little bit along the way, but I'm happy with it. I think that it's perfectly symbolised for McGilvery and his daughter and his passion for the birds.
Well, stay with us. When we return after the break, the fun and fashion and, of course, the horses. All the action from Port Augusta's big race day. The details ahead. Welcome back. Hundreds flocked to the Port Augusta Cup for a day of fashion and fun at the city's social event of the year over the weekend. Racing industry legends John Letts and Greg Miles attended the event, with SA favourite Soaring High winning the main race.
Getting on their suit and tie, and fascinators racegoers dressed up for the annual Port Augusta Cup.
My dress I bought online from Dazzle, which is a UK company. I ordered that again for another event and it hadn't arrived, so it was sort of nice that the hat and the dress could be worn together.
With their eyes not just on the Fashions on the Field prize, but the horses, with Soaring High taking home the win. Both former Melbourne Cup winning jockey John Letts and race caller Greg Miles praising the event.
Port Augusta's always been one of my favourite tracks to ride on, because not only being the favourite track to ride on because of the people around, the locals, the atmosphere, the social side of it.
That's what it's all about. People really putting in to make a big community event as special as it is today. And great crowd, great weather. It's just been a gangbuster day for the club and for the community.
The local scouts helping to clean up the mess.
We went to this table, it was all adults, and they had like 15 cans there that were empty. They had so many cans that were empty. They're making a mess.
Fine fashion and a fine forecast. We're here at what's been described as Port Augusta's event of the year. Race organisers say that today's great weather has seen many locals and those coming in from out of town.
Port Augusta certainly turned on the best weather you could possibly imagine, and
I would suggest probably touch over 2,000 people here. It's been really, really good.
Amelia Simpson, Southern Cross News.
The visiting coaches from the Celtic International Soccer Academy say they'd love to come back to Broken Hill and keep coaching the city's younger generations. They put Broken Hill's rising stars through their paces over the weekend, running challenging but fun drills across the age groups.
A long way from Scotland, but right at home in the outback.
I love the kind of community feeling that you've got here in Broken Hill. It's like it's a small town in the middle of nowhere, but everyone knows everyone.
Although their time in the Silver City was short, for Liam Murphy and Craig Beveridge, the sessions with the kids and Colts have been excellent.
Normally when we're away abroad we tend to do week-long camps, but we're trying to compress a week-long camp into 2 days. So a lot of different themes, a lot of different learning and things like that for the kids to try and go and work on.
Over the weekend, the pair spent plenty of time with the city's up-and-coming stars, with close to 60 juniors between the ages of 5 and 20 taking part. Liam said there were 4 key areas of development during the sessions.
So we based it around passing, dribbling, shooting and then 1v1s and 2v2s, kind of small-sided games.
Later this year, Celtic will be holding their elite camp in Australia. Some of the city's juniors will have the chance to attend and get a more intense training from Liam and Craig.
This is your winter, but this is like a summer's day back home. This is beautiful weather for us. You know what I mean? This is about as warm as it gets back home.
Definitely we'll look to come back if we can. The fields are very good. The facilities are decent as well. So if we could, we would like to come back as well. Yeah, it'd be good.
Patrick Reinke, Southern Cross News.
Turning to sports news now, and an unusual week of football has seen our best regional players take part in 2 championships. Jason Kemp joins us now. Jace, how did the regions fare in yesterday's country championships?
Well, Tim, the best players from all regions squared off in the country championships held in Murray Bridge. Players from Port Lincoln, Wyler, Port Augusta and Port Pirie took part in their own districts against the best in SA. The hotly contested championships were dominated by the southern teams, Murray South East and the southern districts battling it out in the grand final. The home team, Murray South East, just too strong in the end, winning by 5 goals and the championships for their 2nd straight year, making it 3 out of 4. In the other championship game, the best young footballers played off in the Kinlow Cup in Sejuna. It was an all Port Lincoln final, but districts proving too strong for City in the final game. Meantime, in the northern areas football, there were good wins for Crystalbrook, Jamestown and Broughton. While in the Broken Hill Football League, Souths were too strong for North, while Centrals took the ascendancy over West, running out 3-goal winners. Turning to netball in Port Pirie, Centrals had a strong showing against Sollies, winning by 29 points. And Blue Wren defeated Green by 14 points. In Port Augusta, the Railways remain in hot form, defeating St Joe's by 17 points, while the Vikings edged out the Magpies in a tight game, while teams in Port Lincoln, Wyler and the northern areas enjoyed the bye. Turning to soccer now, and in the NPL State League, the Northern Demons went down by a goal to Seaford, while in the Amateur League, Savoy lost 3-0 to Plimpton. In Wyler, Still United defeated the Lions in a high-scoring affair, 6-4, while the Wanderers moved off the bottom of the ladder in a draw to Westlands. So there you have it, team, a short weekend of sport from around the regions, but we'll be back on Friday with our expert footy tippers, and if you've got some sporting results you want seen on TV, make sure you drop us a line at localsport@sea.com.au.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jace. We'll stay with us after the break. A look at how your local weather is panning out for the week ahead. Welcome back. Turning to the weather now, and a fairly fine day across the board this Monday. 18 for Port Augusta with 17 the top in Wyler, Port Pirie and in Port Lincoln as well. Broken Hill also on 17 and sunny. On the national satellite image, we're mainly clear for the moment as that high pushes cloud off to the east. On the waters, the winds to 10 knots and variable, seas below a metre and southwesterly. Sunrise at 24 minutes past 7. A mainly fine and sunny day on the way for tomorrow. 19 the top in Port Augusta and 18 for Wyler and Port Pirie. Port Lincoln also 19. And a sunny 18 in Broken Hill. And then looking ahead, a midweek top of 19 for Port Lincoln, then showers back with us into Thursday. Cleve 18 and fine, then also seeing wet conditions later in the week. Woodnor 19 and 21. Wyler with a fine 18 on Wednesday, then 20 for Thursday, 19 then 20 for Port Augusta, Kadina 17 then 18 with showers later in the week. Port Pirie with 19 both Wednesday and Thursday as the showers arrive, Clare with 15 then 16, Broken Hill staying fine 17 on Wednesday, then 19 degrees expected on Thursday. And that is the local news for this Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Don't forget you can stay up to date on Facebook and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email. We'll see you back here tomorrow night from 6:30. I'm Tim Hatfield from the Southern Cross News team. Enjoy your evening. Good night.